All right, my kiddos, today we are covering lesson 5.20, natural resources. Pay attention because you're writing a CRQ on this today. Of Earth's natural resources, some are renewable and others are not. Every single solid, liquid, and gas thing you use comes from Earth's resources. Some resources can be renewed while others cannot. The quality of your life depends on the continued availability of those resources. Renewable and non-renewable resources exist on Earth. Most likely, you've come across the terms renewable resource and non-renewable resource. Renewable resources are resources that regenerate or regrow fast enough for us to keep using them. Non-renewable resources either cannot be renewed at all or take such a long time to renew that people cannot depend on the renewal. There are definite pros and cons for each type of natural resource. For example, renewable resources can be replenished in a short period of time and are usually not harmful to the environment. Unfortunately, they are usually expensive and inefficient. Non-renewable resources are typically inexpensive because they are plentiful and they're efficient, but they cannot be replenished in a short period of time and can be harmful to the environment if used irresponsibly. Sunlight's radiant energy provides an endlessly renewable resource. Livestock such as cattle, sheep, and goats are renewable resources for many products, including meat, dairy products, and hides. While minerals and metals are non-renewable resources, many metals such as aluminum can be preserved through recycling. Wind and water are two of our most abundant renewable resources. Timber is a renewable resource that, if mismanaged, may become non-renewable. It takes millions of years to form oil, and once used, it cannot be renewed quickly enough to provide a dependable supply. People use large amounts of all resources. In this lesson, you'll learn how we use these resources, where they come from, how we get them, and what role they play in our lives. Non-renewable minerals and ores must be mined from Earth's crust. Think of all the objects in your life that contain metal. Coins, cars, appliances, tools, jewelry, electronics, and cooking utensils. The list could go on and on. People make countless products out of various types of metals, yet those substances come from non-renewable minerals and ores mined from the earth. Once a valuable reservoir of minerals is discovered, mining companies remove the minerals in large quantities. Bauxite, a common mineral, is used to make aluminum. Aluminum is both strong and light, therefore it is found in a wide variety of products. Humans use 29 million tons of aluminum per year. Like all metals, aluminum is recyclable and reusable. Each year, 7 million tons of aluminum are recycled. Each time you drink a soda from an aluminum can, you have a choice. Pitch it in a trash can, which increases the need to mine more bauxite, or pitch it in a recycling bin, which allows the metal to be used again. Mining extracts millions of tons of non-renewable coal each year. The use of coal dates back to early human ancestors, yet not until the Industrial Revolution did people mine and burn it in massive quantities. Once the steam engine was invented, coal was burned to move trains and other machines. With this new power at hand, there was no going back. As trains moved, cloud-sized black plumes of smoke started rising on the world landscape. Coal itself, along with oil and natural gas, comes from the remains of decayed plant and animal material, compacted in a moist environment for millions of years. As plants and animals die and decay, a thick layer of organic material forms. The layer of organic material becomes buried under seawater and sediment. During millions of years, pressure and heat combine to change organic materials into coal, oil, and natural gas. Non-renewable oil and natural gas also come from under Earth's surface. Your family drives into the local gas station for a routine fill-up. A gust of wind blows a pungent whiff of gasoline vapor into your nose. Strange to think that those fumes come from the remains of marine organisms that died even before dinosaurs walked the earth. Like coal, oil and natural gas formed millions of years ago through the compression of decaying organisms. Crude oil, once extracted from the earth, is processed and refined to make gasoline, other fuels, and a wide variety of other products. Plastics use petroleum-based compounds. How much plastic is in your life? Did you realize plastic comes from oil? How about ink, crayons, gum, dishwashing soap, deodorant, eyeglasses, tires, and even lip gloss? All are petroleum based, so it's no wonder that so many people are concerned about maintaining a constant supply of oil. Water recycles through the water cycle. If water is constantly cycling through the environment, why should humans give a second thought to this completely renewable resource? We're the blue planet with so much water, so why worry about it? Fresh water is critically important to all ecosystems, including those where water is really scarce. By extracting too much water or polluting it, it is possible to dry up or destroy rivers, lakes, and groundwater resources. By doing so, not only can human needs not be met, but entire ecosystems can be at risk for collapse. People often take water for granted, but if you live in an area where water shortages occur regularly, such as California or Arizona, you probably have a better understanding of how precious water is. Soil regenerates as organisms decompose and rocks erode. Soil is a renewable resource that, if mismanaged, can be considered non-renewable. Think of Earth's surface as if it were a clay flower pot. To plant seeds in the pot, you first add soil. For plants to grow on Earth, soil must cover Earth's surface. Soil is a renewable resource because as organisms decay and rocks erode, new soil forms. However, as with water, soil can be overused and depleted of nutrients. In addition, soil can wash away because of human-provoked erosion. It takes a long time for soil to be reestablished. Farmers have learned the value of rotating crops to keep nutrients balanced in the soil, plowing on the contour to reduce the amount of soil washed into rivers, and using other practices to maintain good soil quality. Renewable trees provide wood, which is harvested from forests and tree farms. Trees are used as natural resources and can be grown, yet the rate, location, and overall management of the forest from which trees come are extremely critical in the renewal process. One current practice, that of clear-cutting the rainforest, may cause a huge shift in vegetation. Once the trees are all gone, a new rainforest doesn't spring up. The soil washes away and the land turns into an area that doesn't yield the resources it once did. Yet, if managed well, any forest provides a consistent supply of wood and related materials that people use to make paper and other products. People use plant products in many ways. Plants are highly renewable resources that people use for foods, fuel, medicine, clothing, tools, construction materials, and enjoyment. Some crops, such as corn, are not only a renewable food source, but also may be used to make alternative fuels such as ethanol. The white fluffy material of a cotton plant is a renewable source of fibers for making string, thread, and cloth. If managed properly, our forests can supply a renewable source of all types of timber products. Some plants, such as these Dutch tulips, are grown for no other reason than the enjoyment we get from viewing their vibrant colors. As they search for new medicines, some scientists study the characteristics of chemical components of forest plants. Aspirin to alleviate aches and pains and quinine to counter the symptoms of malaria are only two of the thousands of medicines derived from plants. The continued use of many plants causes some concern, especially in areas such as wetlands and tropical rainforests, where human encroachment destroys or uses up some species faster than they are able to renew themselves. Many types of timber and possible sources of food and medicines may be lost to us if we don't manage our natural botanical resources more carefully. Most of the electricity that we use is produced by fossil fuels and nuclear fuels. Sunlight and wind can be captured and used to create electricity as well. Both government leaders and private citizens have looked at sunlight and wind as alternatives to fossil fuels. Keep in mind, though, it takes quite a bit of fossil fuels to power the facilities that manufacture solar panels and windmills. It takes a lot of gasoline to power the vehicles that transport solar panels and windmills to their destinations. It takes large equipment like cranes that run on fossil fuels to install windmills. Windmills spin, so their gears must be greased with oil, a fossil fuel. Raw materials used to construct solar panels and windmills must be sourced from the earth, which requires heavy equipment and machinery that are powered by fossil fuels. Currently, solar panels and windmills don't produce enough electricity to offset the amount of electricity fossil fuels and other resources used to manufacture, transport, and install them. The foundation for every single thing human beings use comes directly or indirectly from Earth's resources. Regardless of how far removed an object seems from nature, the fact remains that everything on Earth can be traced back to Earth's resources in one or more ways. We transform minerals, chemical compounds, wood, plants, and animals into a multiplicity of things that we need to live in modern society.